it's a time for the most awaited thing of today. We welcome and request Honorable Chief Minister of Goa, Shri Lakshmikant Parsekar, for an inaugural address. Sir, please. A round of applause for our Honorable Chief Minister, please.
Honorable Speaker of Goa Assembly, Shriman Rajendra Ji Arlekar, Mr. Subhash Pardesai, MLA Sangye and Chairman of Infotech Corporation, Shriman Arun Ji Goyal, Mr. Gupta, all senior officers, dignitaries from Goa, dignitaries across the country who have assembled here for this two-day summit which commenced yesterday. My media friends, I welcome you all this fine morning on the second day of this summit, and which has started with unveiling of the IT policy draft. As has been mentioned, it is not a policy yet, it has been a draft, and it is open for discussion, suggestions from all of you, from all other stakeholders, from the media friends, from the IT professionals who are not here, from IT students. Our IT brain engaged in Bangalore, Pune, Hyderabad, etc. This draft as such will be open for discussion. Your suggestions would be appreciated, would be encouraged. Those could be sent on to our website, to our director. In next couple of days, and that we plan to come out with final policy in a month's time. I believe there won't be many changes therein, because as it is, we have properly scrutinized, it has been scrutinized by experienced people. We have also taken into consideration the policies of the IT policies of the other states as well. And we have tried to give the maximum benefit to the investors over here. Friends, the state of Goa, which is a small state, is modern and forward-looking. It has impressive achievements in the field of social, economic, and industrial sectors as well, including information technology. Government of Goa is conscious and deeply concerned about the effective and optimum utilization of information technology for promoting good governance, so that with the aim to facilitate service delivery, encourage citizen partnership in decision making of the government, and make the governance people friendly, transparent and accountable. Goa also acknowledges IT as the key vehicle for greater socio-economic development of the state. And in this context, that we are unveiling the IT policy of this IT policy draft of this government, with a special focus on setting up of strong base of IT and ITES and EMC hubs in Goa. Goa is an ideal destination for IT industries owing to its inherently non-polluting nature, attractive policy incentives, along with the excellent air, rail, and road connectivity, and highly literate population and English-speaking population are the additional specialities of this state. In the morning when I came down from Mumbai, when I reached Dabolim, I was just going through the newspaper in the lounge, and I realized that one of the newspaper has carried our draft. Of course, to the first extent, I was a little annoyed. But however, I said it is not a policy, it is not a budget document. It is also not a policy yet. It is a draft made open for suggestions. And I felt, probably few of you might have come across. Only those few who could get the benefit of that paper probably got an opportunity to go through it about 4 hours before launching over here. So that you got time to think, you got time to discuss also. Few of you might have got. I would see, however, how it percolated and from which corner it went out. That is also a serious thing. Anyway, coming to it, our vision is to make a Goa most preferred destination for investors, and thereby making ITs or ITEM, ESDM or ITES a vibrant industry leading to inclusive growth and employment generation. The objectives being to create world-class IT infrastructure in the state, to promote investment in IT, ITES and ESDM industry, to promote AVGC. AVGC is animation, visual, gaming and comics. AVGC industry as a potential sector for attracting investment under ITES, to provide level playing field to the startups, to maximize direct and indirect employment opportunities for the youths in the state in the field of IT, ITES, ESDM industry, and to promote a modern, clean, green and eco-friendly working environment. As regards strategies are concerned, we wish to provide attractive incentives for companies to make investments in ITs, ITES, ESDM sector in the state. We are ensuring speedy, hassle-free clearances. We are providing youth of the state avenues of employment in the state itself. Because many of our youth, for want of job in these sectors, even though they are qualified, they are graduated, they possess degrees and diploma, they are compelled to go leave the state and go out elsewhere. Making Goa an AVGC hub. AVGC is animation, visual, gaming and comics. As its rich cultural ethos and artistic traditions, with a strong base in tourism and entertainment, combined with robust information technology, are conducive for the same. Developing human resource to create skilled and technical manpower. Why Goa, or what is special in Goa? Power and water tariff are the lowest in Goa, for your information. As regards water is concerned, we supply treated water to the entire state. And the rates, though the rates for small, middle and large scale industries is rupees 30 per cubic meter, 3 paisa per liter of treated water. It is lowest for industry among all the states in the country. As regards power rates are concerned, I have a chart here of few of the states. As regards three-phase consumers are concerned, just for your information, I will make 2-3 mention. For 100 units, in Goa you have to pay 300 rupees. In Delhi, it is 300 again. In Maharashtra, which is a neighboring state, it is 466 rupees. Gujarat, it is 403 rupees. Karnataka, which is again a neighboring state, it is 457 rupees. As regards 501, this stage is concerned, 501 units. In Goa, we need to pay 1,349. In Delhi, it is 3,757. In Maharashtra, it is 4,061. In Gujarat, it is 2,345. In Karnataka, it is 2,703. For 1,000 units, Goa, the people or industry in Goa pays 3,145. In Delhi, 1,000 units cost 8,200. In Maharashtra, it costs 7,650. In Gujarat, it costs 4,940. In Karnataka, it costs 5,622. I have just given the comparative chart of this power tariff. So power and water, as I have said, are lowest in Goa compared to other states in the country. As regards land is concerned, land of course is probably the costliest because we are in possession of a small quantity of land. But in spite of that, we have made all efforts to make the particular land which we are providing for ESDM and IT park cheapest as possible. We have earmarked a land in Tuve, which is 5 lakh square meter for ESDM or electronic city, and another land at measuring 3 lakh square meter in Chimbal here close to Panjim. As regards Tuve is concerned, Tuve is connected to National Highway 17. This particular site is connected to National Highway 17 by a distance of about 6 kilometers. It is connected to railway station with a distance of about 6 kilometers. It is connected to Daboli Airport, present airport, which is at a distance of 40 kilometers, to the harbor, Vasco Harbor, which is again 40 kilometers, and to the proposed international airport which is to come to Mopa. It is at a distance of about 12 kilometers. The rates of the land, revenue rates are fixed here by the government. And the rates in Mopa, even though the market rates may be 4,000 or 5,000, we are going as per revenue rates, and revenue rates for Mopa is 1,000 per square meter. And as regards Chimbal is concerned, which is closest to Panjim, it is 4 kilometers from this capital town. It is again connected to Daboli Airport at a distance of 22 kilometers, and again Vasco Harbor, the same distance, would be connected to proposed Mopa Airport by about 24 kilometers distance. And it is very much in the capital city. From Panjim it is just 4 kilometers. The rates of the land over there, market rates going on are 10,000 and more. But the revenue rate fixed by the government is just 3,000 rupees per meter. I was speaking about why or how Goa is the most suitable destination. Goa has a pro-industry government and peaceful society. State government is committed for proactive support for IT, ITES and EMC. This is the greatest strength, I would say. State has a peaceful atmosphere with very low crime rate. Goa is an established destination for industries. There are about 22 established industrial estates in various industrial estates of the state. As regards connectivity is concerned, both these places are well connected by road and rail. They are connected by airport, they are connected by port. We have broadband connectivity, which has been mentioned by our chairman, Mr. Subhash Pardesai. Our state has a world-class fiber optics broadband network infrastructure in place. The broadband connectivity provides 10 Gbps connectivity from state headquarters, from district headquarters to the taluka places. And from taluka place to each village panchayat, we have given connectivity of 1 Gbps. And all the villages are, all the municipalities, all the villages are connected. As regards quality human resource is concerned, the state has 88.7% literacy rate with English-speaking population. State has a very high standard in technical education with presence of prestigious institutions such as BITS, BITS Goa, then NIT and IIT have offered to come over to Goa. Goa has also 14 skill-enhancing institutions offering various diplomas and ITI courses to the students. Besides, the state has excellent social infrastructure with good healthcare facilities. As regards our action plan is concerned, the state government is committed for overall development of IT or ITS and ESDM industry in the state with specialized focus on remote and underdeveloped talukas, underdeveloped areas of the state. To attract IT industry and development of electronics manufacturing cluster under ESDM, we have the following plan of action. The approved site of EMC is in a village of Tuve Pedne Taluka of North Goa. This site is 5 kilometers from National Highway 17. I believe I have made a mention about this. 6 kilometers from Pedne railway station and about 40 kilometers from Dabolim, the present airport, and 13 kilometers from the proposed Mopa International Airport. I have made a mention about this. And the proposed IT park at Chimbal village, which is in Tiswadi Taluka, which is close to Panjim at a distance of 4 kilometers from Panjim, is connected to nearest railway station by a distance of 9 kilometers, to the Dabolim airport by a distance of 24 kilometers, and so also 24 kilometers to reach to Marmagaon Harbour. The state will ensure composite development of these investment areas with internal roads, power substations, water supply, waste management, hospitals, restaurants, and recreational activities, all facilities. We have started working on this. The roads pertaining to this have already tendered and work order will be issued in next week or so. And we expect to complete all this infrastructure in maximum 6 months' time, I would say. The state government may also work in close coordination with private sector agencies for undertaking infrastructural development in proposed IT park and EMC areas. The state government also seeks assistance from Government of India in development of these areas. To avail these incentives under the policy, the applicant unit would require to be certified as an IT, as ITES, as ESDM unit by the state government and should be located in our notified areas. As regards incentives are concerned, we have proposed to give stamp duty concession whereby all eligible units will be entitled for 100% reimbursement of stamp duty on lease of land or office building on commencement of operation. We are proposing to make you entitled for 100% reimbursement of stamp duty. As regards exemption of CST and entry tax, all eligible units will be entitled for 100% reimbursement of CST till, of course, the time of introduction of GST. Then land-related incentives, highly subsidized land will be made available as per the rates notified by the Revenue Department. And as I have told you, that the Revenue Department rates for two-way is 1,000 and for Chimbal it is 3,000 per square meter. All ITs, ITES, ESDM units established within the notified areas will be eligible for additional rebate of 20% on the notified rates, not the market rates again. So, notified rates are, first and foremost, they are most reasonable, and on that we are giving 20% rebate here. The land will be given on a long-term lease basis. The period of lease will be 30 years in the first instance, and which can be extended further up to 99 years. Lease rent will be 2% of the premium amount. Lease rent would be just 2% of the premium amount, which would be calculated, of course, as per revenue rate and after deducting 20%, which we are giving a relief as. Then land use exemption as a special incentive for the building located in the notified IT parks or EMCs, FAR of 150 will be permitted. Incentives related to power. As I have mentioned, that the power tariff and water tariff as of now are lowest in the state. Besides that, the state of Goa has one of the lowest power and water tariff in the country. Additionally, the state will offer the following to the eligible units. Number one, 100% reimbursement on payment of electricity duty on self-consumption up to 12 years from the date of commencement of the operation. Single point quality power supply is assured. One-time subsidy of 30% of the capital cost for setting up in-house backup power plant, subject to a maximum ceiling of 16 lakhs per unit. One-time subsidy of 30% of the capital cost for setting up in-house solar backup plant with a ceiling of rupees 10 lakhs per unit. Fast-track clearance mechanism. I would like to make a mention here that this government had notified investment promotion policy for the state, and we have already set up investment promotion board. And investment promotion board by now has already cleared about 34 various pollution-free industries by now. So also we are bringing ITs under this, and all registered units set up in the notified investment area will be reimbursed actual charges of rupees 3 lakhs for quality certification, then reimbursement on skill gap trainings. All eligible units will be entitled for reimbursement of 75% of the training cost for local employees. We want that local unemployed youth, local qualified, middle qualified or underqualified youth needs to be accommodated here. And with this view, we have made all eligible units entitled for reimbursement of 75% of the training cost for local employees, subject to a maximum of rupees 75,000 per local employee and rupees 7.5 lakhs per unit per year for a period of 5 years. One more thing, special incentives for Goans again. Any eligible unit will be entitled for a special incentive upon generating local employment in the form of reimbursement of 10% of the salary paid out of 10% of the salary paid to local employee would be reimbursed by the government. Then there are some more incentives which we propose. Early bird special for first 3 IT, ITES, ITES and ESDM units. The first 3 eligible units with a capital investment of minimum 5 crores or higher will be entitled for a special incentive of rupees 5 lakhs each. Then outstanding contribution award we are proposing. All eligible units that have completed 5 years of operation and have contributed to the growth of the state in a defined manner will be considered for outstanding contribution award of total amount of 20 lakhs per year. Then incentives on case-to-case basis. IT, all these projects with more than 100 crore investment can be considered for additional incentives for over and above stated in the above policy. Then these projects creating 500 or more employment opportunities for the locals will be considered for further additional incentives. These are some of the incentives that have been proposed. These are of course, this is of course a draft policy, and we plan to come out with the final policy within a month's time. I would request you all to go through the draft, seek for clarification also. We also request your suggestions in this regard because you are already in the industry. So your valid suggestions will be entertained, will help us to proceed ahead. Those could be given today or subsequently also. With this, I conclude. I hope your stay for 2 days. Yesterday was, of course, a Friday. Today is Saturday. The 2 days stay is being followed by a holiday Sunday tomorrow. Have a good weekend in Goa. Goodbye. Dev bare karo.
Announcement for the day.
Let me first thank the Honorable CM for a amazing speech and a very inspiring and inviting IT policy. Just to brief you the program of the day so that you are all aware what all exciting agenda we have in the whole day. The next session, the Secretary IT from Department of IT will brief about the excerpts of the IT investment policy. Then we have Rajiv Vaishnav, who is the VP from NASSCOM, who will elaborate about the role of NASSCOM in promoting IT parks and ESDM. We have then a session on building smart cities. And after that, we have the Director General of STPI, Software Technology Parks of India, Dr. Omkar Rai, who will be delivering a special address. Then, very, very important, we will have a investors meet, which will be chaired by the Honorable CM. And investors will have an opportunity to interact with the CM one-to-one and have interactions on the IT policy itself. We will have then a session around e-governance, emerging avenues, and a session on M-governance. And in the end, the closing address of this ALETS Knowledge Exchange will be given by none other than Shri Suresh Prabhuji, who is Honorable Minister of Railways, Government of India. And as you all know that railway budget had a lot of IT stuff inside it, and he will elaborate about the opportunities for IT investments, IT deployment in the railway sector. And with that, followed by that, we will have a dinner in the lawns. So I will invite you all for that. So thank you so much. And let me just inform you that this IT policy we will announce on all our websites, all our magazines, and we will promote it so that there is so much awareness about IT opportunities in Goa. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. In the end, we'll also have a presentation by Disney UTV about their initiatives. So, thank you very much, Dr.